time these two teams played Friday night, he got the hook. See if you can right that wrong here at Mariucci Arena.
Yeah, the home and home 2 years ago, UMD swept it. It's a very different looking Bulldog team now. A lot of defections from that group to the NHL. Fish in the lineup tonight for Matt Staudiker for Minnesota. Now Anderson through a crowd, and LaFontaine eats it up.
Stayed in Duluth. Kids raised, go through the Hermantown organization.
Quick shot blocked, and the rebound goes in. It's Blake Biondi. The former Hermantown Hawk got 2 bites at it. First one was blocked by Brinkman. The second one goes in, bar down.
Pops right out as he comes across on a strong side. Well, watch where he puts it. Bar down in a perfect spot, almost the same spot when he was cutting across, getting a game-winning third-period goal.
Starting to go the other way, push off that right post.
Darian Goetz moves it ahead. Clevin off the blocker, maybe the stick of LaFontaine that time, and up into the netting.
Early and often.
UMD good on the draws here early. They've been winning them, which is against type early in the season. The Gophers have been among the best in the country in the circle.
Certainly Ben Myers will take the one from the top half of the television screen.
Another long shot. Stopped by LaFontaine. Jesse Jocks goes cross ice. Kobe Roth. And that one's a high one on LaFontaine. He shrugs it off. Anderson fires one off the shoulder of Myers. Swept toward the net by Roth. Still loose in the crease, and he had a man lurking right there. It was Jocks, the third forward on this line. Carter Loney on the far side, number 33. Pass across for Goetz. Hit his own man, Biondi, in front of the net. But Olsen, Bulldogs buzzing right now, and Olsen scores. A shot that finds its way in at the far post.
I mean, Olsen, watch how he turns his hips. He steps back, opens up, gives himself a better chance to rip it and put his whole body into this. Look at this. Really skilled line mates out there for both teams, obviously. And so let's move the puck a bit.
Oh, an awkward one there as Ryan Johnson fired it. Hit a couple of bodies, and Fanti able to stay with it.
Maybe I can get a draft pick to come out as well, and we can go the package.
Sammy Walker moving in, inside out, then it's stabbed away by Fanti, and then Walker and Kelly barreling into the net. 2:53 to go in what has been a stifling first period for the Gophers, and right now the crowd very much out of it. And we're going to get our first penalty, and it's Blake McLaughlin being hooked down.
Across the ice, feeds the puck in a soft area, and the stick gets up a little too high. Again, pulls in from behind, looks a little familiar.
Cross for Lucius, out to Lacombe, fakes the shot.
See, there's the D has to come out.
Myers into the crowd, and Fanti knocks it down and smothers it. Nyes is ushered down to the ice. Walker tied up on that last shot. Kester's laser from the point was ushered out. Then he scores on the second try, and Mike Kester has cut the lead in half.
In the battles, as Brodzinski earlier got the puck, comes out, feeds it up top, but there's traffic in front. There was movement, like you mentioned, Ben, earlier, which allowed openings.
Anderson's going to run out of time here before he gets a shot away at the end of the first period. Well, it didn't start very well for the Gophers, but they ended a little better.
3-year captain, 4-year player, and good for him for staying in school. Has opportunities to draft pick of Tampa Bay Lightning to move on. And
Nelson moving in the far side, trying to bull his way to the net, threw it out in front, and the rebound spun wide by Brose, and I'm not sure Fanti ever saw it.
Strong play by Nelson, dropping his shoulder, cutting in.
I don't, where it's a hope play. Like he's throwing it out hoping right here, backhand.
With 2 players covered. I mean, I think if someone's screaming and yelling hard, you're almost inclined.
James throwing it across, and an excellent stick there by Brock Faber. He had mans, and it's Lucius again. He's got Myers busting to the net. Lucius fires, and it's gloved down by Fanti again. And then Rail going after Myers behind the net. Flips it across for Kaiser. Ahead now for Gilling. Johnson trying to keep him to the outside. Now Cates, we got a man in front, and they get it across and score. And the Gophers were at sea there, and Owen Gallatin steps up and scores his first collegiate goal.
So not happy because, look, at the Gophers have numbers, and they didn't recognize and communicate. 2 players converge on the player on the wall. Well, that leaves a 2-on-1 right here as the defense try to get back, and that's also one Jack LaFontaine would certainly like back. That's a tough one there to square your body.
And that is his first as a member of the UMD Bulldogs, as Faber negotiating the open ice here. Drops it off from Mason Nevers. He's shadowed by Anderson. Another one off the shoulders of Fanti. He's a big goaltender at 6'3", but the Gophers have been testing him up high.
Back in the day where he's just manhandling somebody and really get this thing good and frothy.
Lely was sprawling. LaFontaine had his stick skated into by Cates, but still able to glove it down. Now Rail a chance to skate. Leaves it for Bender, gets it across, and Jocks goes straight into LaFontaine.
Watch this give and go right at the blue line. Perfect.
5 players around him there too. Then he moves it to the outside, and that's what creates it.
And Minnesota is able to change the other bodies. In comes Roth. Jocks fires, gloved down by LaFontaine. Lucius able to get it out of the zone. Couldn't skate it away from Kaiser, but Kester looked like he was hitting the back there. Went into the boards hard, able to pop right back up. Here's Kaiser moving in, and he hits LaFontaine in the mask and scores on the rebound.
Spinning around, dishing it to Kobe Roth, give and go. I love this. Take a shot, but follow it up for the rebound, bury it. I know his grandparents at home in Warren, Minnesota are pretty excited, celebrating and watching this goal go in.
Up at Airsoil Arena in Duluth. Turnover came out to James, and he had a golden opportunity and throws his head to the sky as he missed the net. Lucius again trying to force feed Walker. Now here's Kobe Roth. Leaving it for Bender. Tried to play it across. What a save by LaFontaine. That puck looked like it might be going all the way across, and then Roth stabbed at it, and LaFontaine keeps it out to keep this thing at least within extreme touching distance.
Taking another look at that. Watch Kobe Roth's stick. Stays on the ice. Nice redirect. He knows Lacombe is right in front of him.
And it's Blake Biondi. Olsen to the middle. Biondi off the blocker of LaFontaine. Nyes walks it off the wall into the path of Brinkman, but he has to chase it down. Now Nevers. Out to the point. Faber in front. Nyes to the backhand. He scores! And the Gophers get another late one as Matthew Nyes has his 3rd of the season.
But the freshman class is coming through. Matthew Nyes, and how about that right there? Great distribution, high to low, and Nyes, Toronto draft pick, is able to chip this one up above Fanti.
That Myers line has played well all game long, and again, they just showed it right there with the goal with close puck support.
Wrap around, puck loose at the edge of the crease, and Chaz Lucius comes back to dig it out.
He passes the stick off there.
Now Ryan Johnson didn't have one, so McLaughlin gave him his. Here's Kaiser with a shot from a bad angle. Johnson. Gophers need to get it out so they can get back to full strength here. Down to 41 seconds left in the period. Loose in front. James smothered by LaFontaine, and then 2 UMD players ran into each other, and Bender fanned on the shot. And he
better be careful.
Out of time here as Bender watching him. And it will be a 2-goal deficit as we head into the 3rd period.
GG, congrats. Runner-up to a guy who had a pretty good state tournament. His name is Dave Spehar. Ever heard of him?
Biondi flips it out to center where Brinkman waits as both teams make a little bit of a change. Through the middle now for Bros. He's in all alone. Fires one in on Fanti, kicks it straight back out. That allows UMD to escape the zone as James will leave it for Quinn Olsen. It's a mix and match here in this 3rd period as Fish takes a long shot, hits Brodzinski, and he hits the pipe. What a recovery by Bryce Brodzinski off a shot that hit him in the legs. He's got it back again, and Fanti smothers. And the student section will appreciate the life here from this line.
Take a look here. That one really just drops right in the sweet spot there as Fish hits Brodzinski, and stay real high, stay patient, just like we talked about on that first goal of the game.
Usually you want the mid-lane drive, but he held off a bit. It allowed the player to go wide and get a tip on the net.
Penalty coming up here as Wyatt Kaiser hauls down Ryan Johnson, and the Gophers will get just the game's 2nd power play.
A big power.
28 seconds remaining in the penalty to Kaiser. Lacombe fanned on the one-timer, goes back to Brodzinski in a drive, and that deflects wide, and Walker cleans up the loose puck. Tired penalty killers out there right now for the Bulldogs, but the Gophers can't take advantage.
So we get how frustrating it is. It's just such a tough thing to swallow when it happens in the game.
Gophers will be shorthanded in 3 seconds, but in they come with Ben Myers, and he forces a save out of Fanti, and we are going to get another penalty here.
It's hard to control that in a positive way and not reach out and do a little bit extra.
And the loose puck, and they score right away as Gilling pops it home, and it's 5-2. And I was about to say it was a long 5-on-3, but it wasn't.
Here's another look at it. Kobe Roth winning the puck 50-50 battle on the wall. Nice rip in front, wide open space. I mean, there's a lot of space out there on this kind of power play. Gilling right on the back end, makes zero mistake. Able to get that puck, but obviously Gilling with it, finishing it. But, I mean, the Bulldogs have been.
There's a shorthanded breakaway for Cruikshank. He scores!
Scott Sandelin up on the bench right now, going for the challenge, I think, on the offsides. He's been doing, particularly in the first period, keep the feet moving, being so hungry for that puck, and Gophers being patient here. And you talked about Blake McLaughlin's ability to distribute that puck, and those goals are so cool. And you can just,
Olsen wins the battle along the wall. Takes the return feed from Blake Biondi. Gallatin. Kelly, cross ice. Olsen fires, and LaFontaine with a save. Couldn't hold on to it, though. Biondi retrieves and gets it back out for Gallatin. And Olsen, all three of those players, scores tonight for UMD, and Gallatin whistles one wide. McComb trying to hold it in at the line as well. Could not. Huglin recycles with Ryan Johnson on the far side. He throws one at the net. And not a bad play there to get an offensive zone draw. Early part of this century is that puck knocked out of midair. And here comes Kobe Roth. Throws it on net. LaFontaine kicks it away. Brodzinski leaves it for McLaughlin. Able to walk right in and fires it up high on Fanti. And the Gophers right back after it. Walker threw it through the crease.
He likes to dish a lot and pass, but he dropped the shoulder, faked it, and instead went right to the net himself.
Back out for Brodzinski. Threw it in front. It's underneath Kaiser. They still battle for it. And a hand pass called against UMD, I believe.
skating players.
And Myers on the draw this time. The Gophers work to dig it out with Nyes. Johnson in favor at the blue line. A long shot. They battle away for it. And Myers digs it out. Bodies everywhere in that UMD crease. Out for Johnson. Slips it across now for Nyes. He goes cross ice, and Myers is shut down by Fanti. Well, they finally got the cross ice pass through, but now the goaltender. Down to 8 seconds. And get it in. Back to McLaughlin. Long shot. Stopped by Fanti. Goes up into the netting. And the horn sounds here. I think the clock should have stopped. Pretty academic at this point with 2 seconds remaining. Looks like it will be a 5-3 UMD victory here on Friday night. They dropped the puck. Connor Kelly was skated out, and once again for the second